So guys, today we're going to build a Instagram clone backend server. So in this server, we have explore post options where we can, fetch a post from the user. So those who have a high comment or high amount of like, these posts rank higher, and those who have a less comment or less like, those posts go down by our sorting algorithm. So we use sorting algorithm. We can find a user based on name. We can find a user based on username. So here we have a summon, three summon user, and we have maybe Dan. Yeah, we have a Dan user. So we can search a user by a username or by a email. Not just that, we can follow and unfollow user. We can fetch post from our following user, and in here, those who have a high amount of like and high amount of comment, these posts will go up, and those who have less comment and less like or less engagement, these comment go down by our algorithm. So that's it. So let's go and try to build this. So uh so we are going to build a backend server. First we need to create a new folder. So our folder name will be backend. Okay, so first, what we need to do is we need to write a npm init. So we're going to initialize. So our backend package name. So package name will be, let's write a backend and version one dependencies. Okay. Let's now what we need to do is we need to install some of the packages. So first we need to install our MongoDB or mongoose, and we need to install our express. We need to install course, or we need to install .env and nodemon. Now let's install this. It takes a little bit of time, so wait a minute. Okay, so now let's go and create an index.js file, index.js, and here I'm gonna write a const. Let's write a express require express. Let's try the currents. Course require let's try the app is called to express, and then what we need to do is we need to write a const mongoose is called to require mongo, and then let's write a const port is called to 5000. Okay, so now let's write a app dot listen. Here I'm going to write a port, and then let's write a console.log. Server is running at port, yeah, and then what we need to do is let's write a app dot use. Maybe you already know these thing. So let's write a app dot use. Let's write a express dot json, and then let's save this first, and now I'm going to connect my MongoDB. Okay, so let's write a mongoose dot connect, and before connecting our MongoDB, let's go now Chrome, and we need to uh, we need to connect our MongoDB. In order to connect our MongoDB, we need Mongo URL. So we need to connect. We need to click this connect, and then we are going to click this MongoDB for VS Code. I'm going to copy this. Let's copy this, and instead of this password, you need to add your real password. I hope you already know how to use a MongoDB, setup. So if you don't know how to set up MongoDB, you need to learn the basic thing, and you need to come back here. So I'm going to use .env. So let's write .env. .env, and let's write a MongoDB URL, and instead of this password, I'm going to remove this password, and I'm going to add my um, real password. So I'm not going to show my password, so add your password here. Okay, so let's write a .env, and we need to write .env here. Then we need to write a .env.config. Okay, so let's write a process .env dot uh, dot MongoDB URL. Let's write a then. Now let's save this, and now what I'm going to do is let's write a node mon and index.js, and here we need to add a slash. Okay, so I got an error here. I don't know why. I don't have any idea why I got this. Okay, so first, what I'm going to do is let's write a node, and let's write an index.js. Okay, so our server is running successfully. Uh, but our MongoDB is not connected to the database. Okay, so maybe I did some mistake here. Uh, First, what I'm going to do is let's go in our package.js, and here let's write a start. Okay, so I got error. Wait a minute, I'm going to solve this later. Let's write a node mon and index.js. Let's save this first, and let's see what error I got. Okay, so I got an error in my IP address, so let's go back. Okay, so we need to remove this IP address. You can add your own IP address here. Right now, I'm going to write a 0.0.0.0, which allow us to connect our MongoDB with every IP address. Yeah. Now let's try to first let's write a yarn start. Okay, so still I have this problem. So right now let's write a node index.js. Hell, I don't know why. Let's see back. Oh yeah. I have a problem in a here because I didn't write this dot. Now let's write a yarn start. Yeah. So our server is running and our MongoDB is still, I have a problem in my MongoDB authentication failed, which means my password is not correct. So wait a minute, I'm going to, set up my password. Yeah, so I just changed my password and our MongoDB is connected. Uh, okay, so now what we need to do is we need to create a new folder. So our folder name will be model, and I'm going to create another folder which is a router. Let's write a router. Oh, not inside a model. Okay, so I did a mistake here. So let's remove this first. Yeah. And now let's write a router. And in our model, first we need a user.js, and we need a post.js. Okay. So in our router, we need to do the same thing. So I'm going to write a use.js, post.js. Yeah. Now we need to create a schema. So let's write in order to create a schema, we need to write const mongoose. It's called require mongoose. Then let's write a const. Right now we are in our page. I mean post.js. So let's write a post schema. Schema is called a new schema, not new schema. We need to write a mongoose dot schema. Mongoose schema, and then let's write a user. Let's write a type. So our type will be, so let's write a mongoose dot our a mongoose dot schema dot type. So let's write a mongoose dot schema dot types dot object id. And so we need to write a reference. So we need this from our user. Okay, so after that we have a title for the post. So title, and then we need to write a post, I mean image. Let's write an image, and after this image we need likes, and then we need comments. That's it, maybe. Okay, so in our title, let's write a type. So our type will be what? Type will be string. I mean title, not type. So string, our image, let's write a type, string, and our like will be array type, which is array, and comment is also, let's write a comment, which is array. Or maybe what we need to do is, what I'm going to do is, maybe I'm going to write array, Right now, I'm going to remove this created ad. Instead of this, I'm going to write a timestamp. So let's write a time timestamp, which is true. Also, we need to make it a object. Yeah. And in our comment, what we need to do is let's write a user. So let's write a type. So our type will be mongoose dot, oh sorry for that, mongoose dot schema dot dot mongoose dot schema dot types dot object id. Yep. And let's write require true. And then after this user, we need to write a username. So let's write a type. Yeah, so that's it. That's what we need to write here. Now what we need to do is let's write a module dot exports install to mongoose dot model, and then we need to write a post, and let's write a post schema, and that's it. So let's save this, and I'm going to copy this, and let's go now user.js, and here, oh no, not here, not here, here. Let's save this. Yeah. In our user, we need, okay. So we need a username. Let's write a username. Type will be string. String. Require will be true. And username, let's write a email. Type will be string. Require true. True. And we need a profile, and then that's it. So let's remove this. We need a password. Okay, so let's write up password. So our type will be string. Our require will be true, and that's it. That's what we need. Okay, so our user module is done and post module is done. Now we need to go in our router. So in our post, what we need to do is let's write a const. Let's write a const, a router. Let's write a require. We need to use our express, and then a router. Let's write a const, a user, and let's write require, require. Let's write a model slash post, and then let's write a model dot export. We need to write a router, and that's it. So after that, let's write a router dot post new post. Let's write a async require and response. Yeah, so now I'm going to copy this and do the same thing for our user.js, and instead of the okay, so here I need to write a post, and here okay, so here, yeah, so we have this user, and instead of this post I'm going to write a let's write a user. Let's save this, and I'm going to save this too. Yeah, so now let's go in our index.js, and here uh, let's write a app.use. uh, then we need to write a API slash user, and we need to import our router. So let's write a user is called to require uh, okay, not here, router slash user, and do the same thing for our post. So let's write a const post require router slash post. Let's write a user here, and after that let's write app.use. Let's write an API slash post. After that let's write a post. Let's save this. Okay, so I got a error in the constructor, so let's go in our user2. Okay, so I just write a double mongo schema. I mean double mongo. Maybe in a post I have the same error. Yeah, so maybe it will work now. Okay, so again I did a mistake. So here I need to write a user, and I need to write a user schema. Copy this and do the same thing here. And here I have post schema. Yeah. Okay, so it's a successfully connect, and work. It worked now. Okay, so now let's go back in our post, not a post. Let's go in our user, and here let's write a const. Let's write an email password username profile, and let's try to use it or body. Now let's try to console.log, and let's try to find out email password. Okay, so now let's go in our Thunder client, and here I'm going to remove this. Okay, so API slash user, API slash user slash new user. Let's copy this. Okay, now here I'm going to write my email. Fake@gmail.com. and our password will be. Now let's click this. Okay, so I just did a mistake here. Now maybe it will work. Let's send this, and yeah, so I got an email and password. Yeah. Okay, so now let's try to create a user. Uh, let's write a profile. Now let's click this. Okay, so we successfully created a new user. So let's cancel the request and let's go now in MongoDB. So yeah, so we got a use. Yeah, so we successfully created a new user. Okay, so let's go back in our VS Code. Now here, what I'm going to do is let's write a try and catch. So in our try, we need to write this. In our catch, we need to return, and we need to write an internal server error. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to encrypt our user password. Like we are not going to store our user password just like plain text. We are going to encrypt this using using a brick crypt. So let's write a big crypt. So we are going to install this. Let's copy this. Let's write a yarn add. Let's go back. I'm going to copy this. Okay. Let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. Using this line, we are going to create a salt, and we are going to mix salt with our password, and we just create a hash password, and we are going to send the hash password to the user. Okay, so we successfully convert our plain password into a hash password. So if hacker hack a system, our user password will be safe. Okay, so now what we need to do is we are going to generate an access token, and based on this access token, we are going to provide user access of their account. Okay, so in order to use or in order to generate an access token for a user, we need to write a, uh JSON web token. We need to install this JSON web token. I'm going to copy this. Let's write a yarn add JSON web token. Yeah, so we successfully install this. So after creating user, what we need to do is let's write a const ACCESS access token is called the J. Let's write a JWT require JSON web token. And here let's write a JWT dot sign, and after that let's write a ID is called to our ID a user dot underscore ID, then username, user dot username. So based on the user ID or username, we are going to generate a access token. Okay, let's write a process dot env dot. So let's go now. So here we need to write a JSON JWT. Yes, C. You can write a random text here. So this is our secret key. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so now let's write a JWT yes CE, and now let's save this. Okay, so based on this username or user ID, we are going to generate a access access token, and then what we need to do is we need to send the user and we need to send access token. Let's save this, and Now let's go back. I'm going to remove this user and try to generate a user again, try to generate a user again. So let's click this. Okay, so I got a server error. I don't know why. Okay, so let's go back in our index.js, and I'm going to copy this because we need this. Let's try to create a user again. We still got this same error. So now let's remove this try and catch for now. Maybe we created a user, but we got a problem in the uh, access token. Yeah, so we got these two users, but we have problem in our access token. So let's first remove these two ID. Okay, so secret key must have a value. Okay, so maybe in our secret key here. Okay, so I did a spelling mistake here. Because of this I got that error. So let's go back in our database, and I'm going to remove a recent created user. So wait a minute. Yeah, so I'm going to remove this first. Let's go back in our Thunder client and then try to create a user. Okay, so still I have same problem. So okay, again let's go back. Refresh this. Let's remove this. Go back and try to create a user again. And I got this user and a access token. So if you don't know how JWT work, then I will suggest please go and find some video about that and learn first and how JWT work. Then try to use this JWT. Okay, so yeah. Now let's enable this try and catch, and we have a little bit work here. And in our email, what we need to do is we need to write a unique true. Okay, unique true. And let's save this. Try to create another another user. Let's see. Yeah, so I got error because my user is already exist. This email is already exist on our database. That's why we got a internal server error. Okay, so in order to check our email is already exist or not, what we need to do is let's write a let user, and I'm going to remove this user. A const let user is called to await user dot find. Let's write a email. require.body.email. If this email exists, then what we need to do is user exist. If user exists, then we need to return restart status, login with correct password, else we are going to create a user. Okay, so let's try to send it again. Okay, still I have okay, so it doesn't work out. Yeah, let's try the else. Okay, let's try to send it. Oh, so I only have one user. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I only have one user. I don't know why the. Okay, so first, maybe I did. Yeah, so I'm going to remove this has. Let's write this. And then let's try to console.log has. Let's save this. And now let's try to create a user. I got the internal server error. Let's remove this internal server error right now. And instead of find, I'm going to write a find one. And let's write a email. And let's send this. And let's see. Yeah, so login with the correct password. Yeah, so it just work. Now I'm gonna send it again. And let's see. Okay, so login with correct password. Yeah. So if I remove this user and then let's see. So let's send this. I just created a new user. So let's remove this console has. Yeah, and if I try to create another user again, it's just show me login with correct password. Yeah. So that's it for this, and I'm going to copy this and instead of let's try to get and let's try to login. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to remove this and I'm going to find a user first, and if user exists, then what we need to do is uh, we need to write a const compare password is called await bcrypt dot compare require dot uh, body dot password or user dot password. Let's write if password isn't match, then we need to return restore JSON. Correct. Password incorrect. Else we need to write a const. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Okay, so after this, let's write a const password others user dot. Let's save this, and then we are going to return restore status. We are going to return our other details and access token. Let's save this and let's go back and let's remove this. I'm going to copy this slash login. Let's write an email fake@gmail.com and our password. And let's try to log in. Okay, password is incorrect. And let's copy this password, and let's paste this. Okay, so I got yeah, I got error. Instead of this, I need to make it object. Yeah, and now let's try to log in. So we successfully log in. uh, we can sign up, we can log in. Now we need to create a post. Okay, yeah, so first what we need to do is we need to, let's go in our router and let's write a verify token .cs. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to check is a user token is correct or not, like is a user token is verify or not. So we need to check a token is valid or not. If valid, we are going to provide a user ability to perform upload like or dislike kind of thing. And if user token is not valid, then we are not going to allow our user to enter in a profile page. Okay, so in order to implement or in order to verify our token, first we need a JWT JSON web token, and then let's write const verify token. And here we need a request, oh sorry for that, response or next. Okay, so after that, so after this, let's write a const auth header is called to require dot headers, which means we will get the access token from the header. Okay, so dot header name will be token, like okay, so let's go now to the client. So header mean here we are going to write a token, and here we need to pass our user token. When user login, then we will provide them token, and the user token will be used here. Okay, so let's go back. Let's write if auth header exists, then we need to write a const token is called to auth token auth header, and then let's verify a token JWT verify. We need to verify token with our secret key. Okay, so let's write a process dot env dot we need to use this JWT secret key, and after that uh, and after that we are going to pass a error or user. So if we got error, then we are going to return. User token is not valid. Also, we are going to return our user, rest user and user, and then we are going to write a next. Else so that's it. That's our verify token, and we need to import our model. Let's write our module dot imports a verify token. Yeah, so that's it. Now let's go back in our post router, and here I'm gonna write a verify token. If user have a verify token, then he can post. If user don't have verify token, then we are not going to allow user to post on our platform. So yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, first let's write const, and we have a title, image, maybe that's it. Required body, Yeah, so we have title, image, and yeah. Okay, so now first let's check it out if it working properly or not. Title, image. So first let's log in. We got this access token. I'm going to copy this and we are going to use this access token in order to post. Let's go back in our index.js. I'm going to copy this. Let's write a title and we're going to write image. Let's send this. Yeah, so we got a image png. I mean title, which is image.png, and our image will be username. Yeah. Let's try to const post is equal to await post dot create. So first we have a title. Title will be title. Second we have a image, which is image, and third title image, and we have user, which is required dot user dot id. Maybe. And then let's write a console.log post rest.status json post. Okay, so I got an error in my id. First here, let's write a console.log required.user. Right now I'm going to comment this. Okay, so I got undefined. So maybe we have problem in the, let's go in our verify token, and here I have problem instead of a rest I need a require. Okay, so yeah, now maybe it will work. Okay, so let's go back, and yeah, so I got this. Okay, so now let's comment out. I'm going to write a try and catch or try and catch. Yeah, so I successfully created a new post. Yeah, so let's go back in our MongoDB and let's see. Yeah, so this is my user post. We have we have zero like, we have zero comment, we have these image title. Yeah. So right now I'm going to remove this. Instead of this, we are going to create a new post later. So let's remove this. Okay, so we successfully create a post API. Now let's return. If we got error, then we are going to return restore the status. 500 dot JSON, and I'm gonna write an internal server error. Okay, get all post by user. Let's remove this code, and now let's write a const post is called await post dot find by id. It's user required user dot id. Let's write a console dot log, and let's write a post. I'm going to copy this first. Let's copy this, and it's going out thundercline, and here I'm going to duplicate this. So duplicate this. Let's remove this. We have a null because we don't have any post. Now let's write a title. Title will be this. Okay. Oh, not here. So let's write a is title for post, and we need to write an image, which is image.png. Or instead of this, what I'm going to do is let's go now Google and find an image. Let's search image. I'm going to use this image for now. Let's copy image URL, image address, and let's send this. Okay, so I got this post. Now I'm going to, okay, so let's refresh this. And now let's try to fetch a post from this user. Still, it just show me a null. So first, let's check it out. Yeah, so I got this post. Now let's remove this console. Let's write if post does not exist, then we are going to return restore the status. Else we are going to return our. Okay, so let's create a new post. This is title for this is title. Okay, so let's try to fetch it, and we got a two post. Yeah, everything is work. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to make a like endpoint. Okay, so let's write router, not route router dot put. Let's write id slash like, and we need a verify token, async, require, and response. Then what we need to do is we need to write a try and catch first. In our try, let's write a const post. It's called to await post dot find by id. So first we need to find id. I mean post id. So let's write a require dot params dot id, and then if we have post, if like, okay, so let's write a post dot first let's go in our model. Okay, likes, if post dot likes dot include require dot user dot id. If this user id is not included in the post like, then what we need to do is we need to push it, else we need to pull it. uh, Post dot update one, then let's write a push likes require dot, oh no 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 no, okay okay, wait a minute, let's write a likes require dot user dot id, else let's try to await post dot update one, pull pull likes require dot user dot id, and that's it. So I'm going to first let's go in our thunder client, and I'm going to duplicate this again, and here let's remove this API post. Then we need to write a id post id, so I'm going to copy this. Okay, so after that, slash like. Okay, instead of post, we need a put, and let's go back. Yeah, so we didn't return anything, so we need to return here. Return restore status 200.json. You like users like this post. Users like, or let's try like only. And then let's okay, yeah, so we successfully like this post. So this is a post ID. Yeah, so this is a post ID, and in this post we have this like, and if I click this again, like, and let's click this again, and it just pull it our like, it just pull our user ID from our like. So we successfully unlike this, and we can also like this. If I click this, yeah, we successfully push. Yeah, so we just push user ID into a like. Yeah, so that's it. That is our like or dislike functionality for this application. I'm going to copy this, and instead of like and dislike, I'm going to add a comment functionality now. Okay, so let's remove these code, and instead of like, I'm going to write a comment post, comment slash post const comment post ID profile. Let's go back in our model, comment profile, and username and ID. Okay, let's write is called to user is called to not is called to user required or user dot ID, and after that we need a username. So let's write a username required dot user dot username. Then we need a profile and comment. Let's write a const post is called to await post dot find by ID. We're going to find a post based on our post ID, and after that let's write a post dot comments dot push. We're going to push our comments, or we can write a comment Okay, so we have two comment then. Okay, so yeah, and let's write await post dot save. Then we are going to return our restored status. Okay, so let's check it out if this functionality is working properly or not. So I'm going to duplicate this first. Okay, so let's go in our body, and now we are going to add some of the thing here. So first, what we need to do is we need a post ID, and we need a comment, and then uh, we need a profile, file.png, comment, good one, and our post ID. So let's go here, copy this, and let's go back in our comment here, and that's it. So let's send this. Okay, so this is our comment. Let's add another one. Yeah, so we just add two comment. Yeah, so we successfully build a comment functionality. So we have a like functionality, comment functionality, and so you can make a delete functionality too. Okay, so now let's go back in our router, post router, and user. Here I just I miss two thing, which is a follow schema type will be array, follow and followers, followings. So let's go in our database. I'm going to delete everything, like every post or every user from our database, and I'm going to create it again. Okay. Okay, so first let's go back and try to create a new user. So here, first we need a profile and username. Profile, username, email, and let's try to create a new user. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's rename this first and let's try to create new user. First, rename this. Let's try to login. Let's change this title. Maybe I got an error in my comment. So let's go back in our post.js, and if we got an error, then we need to return restore status. of status will be 500 or 400 500, and then we need to write internal server error. If we don't have any post, then what we need to do is let's try to, if there is no post, then let's restore the status 404 not found. Okay, post not found because we don't have this post ID. We just remove this post from our database. We previously removed a post from database. Okay, so I need to find a new post. So I'm going to copy this and let's go back in our comment, and instead of this, let's paste this, and yeah, so I can write a, yeah, so I add two comment, nice or useless. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write I'm going to create a follow and unfollow API point. So let's write a router dot. Okay, so maybe we don't need this unfollow because we are going to follow and unfollow from the one API. Okay, so first what we need to do is uh, let's try to if require dot bottoms dot id is not is called to require dot body dot user. If these two user are not same, then we are going to perform our follow and unfollow tags, else we are going to deny. Okay, so after this, let's try to const. First, I'm going to find a user. Let's try to await user dot find by id record.forms dot id const other user await user dot find by id So if user dot followers include, if this user is not included in followers list of this user, then we are going to post that user. Oh wait, user dot update one push followers required dot, not followers, following, I think, body dot user, and let's try the other user dot update one. Here I'm going to also push followers, because if this user follow this user become of followings of this user. Let's write a user dot require dot forums dot id. Else, if this user is already exist in our followers, then we are going to pull. So I'm going to copy this and stop push. I'm going to pull. Let's write our return restore status. Okay, so now what we need to do is we are going to build a ranking algorithm, or I would say a sorting algorithm, in order to fetch a user post. Okay, so based on the like, comment, and the based on the comment and like, we are going to rank our user post. Okay, so let's write a router. First, we try to find our ID, which is a user ID. After that, let's try to const followers post. Maybe following, because we don't care about the followers. We need to show our followings image or post, I think. Yeah. Dot map. Okay, so what we just did is our user, like uh let's say this is me. If I have followings, like I follow some user, and based on these user ID, I'm going to fetch a post from here. Okay, so I hope you understand this code. And let's write a const user post or wait post dot find user user dot id, and this is our post. Let's write const filter filter product, and from here I'm going to write a user post dot concat. So we are going to concat our user post, concat following post. Okay, so after that, let's write a follow filter post dot for each. Let's write a const. First, we are going to check base age. And so let's go in our database, and I'm going to copy this because we need this. Created at. This is our post age. Now we are going to calculate a weight. Let's write a age weight post age divided by post age divided by 1060 So what this line does is, when weight decrease as post getting older. Okay, so when posts become older and older, the post age or post weight decrease. Okay, so we are going to push down the post. Let's do the same thing for like weight post dot likes or like, I don't know. So let's go in our post. I mean, yeah, likes. Post likes dot len gth weight divided by 100, and do the same thing for comment weight post dot comments maybe. Let's go back again. Yeah, comments comments dot length slash 100. So this is a comment weight. So let's write up post dot wigst weight is called to is weight plus like weight plus comment weight. Okay, so these are the total, and then let's write a filter products dot we are going to sort a and b. So let's write a b dot weight is b dot weight minus a weight. So now let's return, oh sorry for that, JSON and uh, JSON, and we are going to return a filter post. Okay, I hope this will work. First, let's write or try and catch. And here, let's return. Okay, so let's go in our Thunder client, and then I'm going to duplicate it, and then let's write a get FLW. First, we have get. Then let's go back in our what, I don't know, uh, uh, user router. Let's follow. Okay, so I got a server error. Let's go back in our router and then remove try and catch. Okay, so I got a error here. Post is not defined. Okay, yeah. So look, we have a two comment. That's why this post is rank higher. So this post have one like and two comment. That's why it's a rank higher than this post, higher than this post. If you, if let's say if I add comment in this post and like on this post will go higher. Okay, so let's try to add comment on you are man. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and try to add a comment. I'm going to add a four comment. One, two, three, four, and try. Let's try to fetch a post again. And now you can see here, your man rank higher because this post have a higher higher comment. Okay, so if we have or if some post have a high comment or high amount of like, then this comment will rank higher, and those posts who have a less like or less comment, these posts automatically go down by the sorting algorithm. Okay, so that's it for this. So we need to show users for user in order to follow. Okay, so first let's write a try and catch. And in our try first, let's try to fetch all the users from the database. User dot find, and then let's try the user await, and let's try the user dot find by ID. So this is a login user. We also need to write a verify token. So let's write a const following await promise dot all user dot uh, following dot map item. Let's return these user first. Okay, so let's try to let user to follow. So let's write all users, all user dot filter val return start following. Let's try the following user find if we already follow some user, then we don't need to show that user, and we are going to show a rest of the user which we did not follow at. Okay, so after this, let's write a let filter user await promise dot all. I hope you know how what this promise does. So let's write a user to follow dot map. So now from here, what I need to do is uh, we don't need the email address of the user, and we don't need a followers and following detail, followings, followers, following, and we don't need a password, and we need a rest of the information. And let's return others, and let's try to restore the status 200 dot JSON, and then let's try to filter user. Okay, so that's it. So let's duplicate this. Get user in order to follow. Okay, so we already follow this user. So, or what? Yeah, so we already follow this user. So we don't need this user in our uh, get follow list API. Okay, so let's copy this first. Let's go back. Let's try to fetch. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 user, but I don't know why I got an error. So let's go back. Let's see how many user I have. So let's refresh this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 user. I have 5 users, but in my recommendation, I only get a uh, I only get a 4 user. Okay, so we successfully solved, but I don't know why I did not get a. So let's try to fetch it again. Oh, I got a buffer. I don't know why. So let's go back. Okay, so I got an error because I just write a ID. I don't need the ID. I need I need this. Okay, so let's try to fetch it again. Yeah, so I got a full user. 1, 2, 3, 4 user. Okay, so let's copy this first and let's go in our follow and unfollow. And first, let's go in our user and then follow here. So params mean us, body mean the user, so if this user try to follow me, then we need to add this user in body. Okay, so let's try to follow. Okay, user has unfollow. What the hell? Let's go back here. First, so we need our followers. Okay, so okay. Oh, let's try to follow this. Yeah, user has been followed. Okay, so let's refresh this. So we need our following followers. Yes, I got a followers. And we have following. Now I'm going to log in this email. Okay, so let's go in our login and let's replace this email with this email. Let's log in and let's find, yeah. So here I'm gonna paste it and let's go to our user again. Okay, so we need a ID, which is our ID. So let's go in our login again. I'm going to copy this and so I already follow what? So I already follow fake@gmail.com. So I don't need this email. Okay, so let's check it out. So okay. So let's find a ID first. BF4. Let's find ID BF4. This is not a BF4. This is not a BF4. This is not a BF4, and this is not a BF4. So we successfully followed this user and we removed the user from follow um, from in order to follow API. And we can also follow other user. Okay, so let's try to follow other user. I'm going to copy this user ID and try to follow another user. Okay, so again we remove our following user and we only show a user who we don't follow that. Now what we need to do is we need to build another API point. So another API point would be update password. Update slash password slash, not a slash, let's write a verify token. Async require response. Save this. Okay, so first what we need to do is maybe we also need a ID. Then let's write a const user await await user dot find by ID required dot params dot ID. So from here we got a user. If user does not exist, oh sorry for that. If user does not exist, then we need to return restart status 400 dot JSON user not found. Else we need to compare a password. So is password match await uh, bcrypt dot compare required dot body dot required dot body dot uh, old password and user dot password. So we compare these two password. Is these two password are match or not? Okay, so if is password does not match, then we need to return status password does not match. Instead of password, let's write old password does not match. If these two password are if the old password and user password both are correct, then what we need to do is we need to check if required dot body dot new password new password is called to or is not is called to required dot body dot body dot com if I confirm password or confirm password. Let's return restart status again 400 dot session password does not match, and if those are correct, then we need to create a salt bcrypt So let's try it or try and catch here. Try and catch. Okay, so this API is done. Now, before testing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another API. Another API would be uh, a get user. When we search a user, we need to show a user list, okay, based on username or email. So get search user. Let's write a verify token. Async. Oh, sorry for that. Keyword required dot uh, bottoms, not bottoms, query dot keyword, or maybe search. And then let's write, yeah. Okay, so here, what we need to do is first, uh, we need to write R, and here let's write a username. Based on a username, we're going to find a user, okay. uh, array sux required dot query dot search. I, which is case sensitive, which means we can search using capital letter or small letter. And then let's copy this. I'm going to paste it here, and instead of username I'm going to write a email. Either we need to find a user based on the username or based on email. After this, let's find a user const users await user dot find using a keyword dot find IDs required dot user dot ID. Hope this will work. So what this code does, it first it's find a user, and here we just narrow down the request, which means now if we try to find the other user, and if the username is similar to us, this code does not show our own profile. So it just reject our own profile and find other people's profile based on the keyword. I hope you understand that. and we are going to return restore status. And we need to use our try and catch. Don't forget to use the try and catch. It's very, very important when you try to deploy it. Without trying to catch, if you got error, your server is automatically crash. So you need to manage error. So that's it. So let's make three. Let's clone this 3 times. So first, second, and third. So let's rename this. First, let's try to update password. Password. Second, search user. Search user. And our third, first, um, okay, so first update user, second search user, and third we need to make uh, for explore page. Okay, so let's write a explore post. Let's remove this first, and let's go back. I'm going to copy this. Let's write a user. Now let's copy this user ID. So first we need old password. So our old password is random @123. And our new password will be password @123. So our old password, new password, and confirm password. Okay, I just did a spelling mistake. Password. Password @123. And then let's copy this access token, and we're going to use this access token here. Okay, so we need to put password does not match. Oh, uh, password @123. Maybe I did a spelling mistake here. I don't know. So let's go back and old password. Yeah. I did a spelling mistake. This P need to be a capital letter. Now let's send this. Password does not match. Okay. Let's go back again. Uh, Password does not match. Oh, I did a spelling mistake here too. So let's remove this password. Okay, save this. Now let's try to update this. So, oh my God, we got a server error. I don't know why. Oh, because here I need to write a new password. Let's try to update it again. Yeah, Your password is updated. Now let's try to log in with this password, and it just say password is incorrect. Instead of random, let's write a password and try to log in, and we just successfully log in into our account. Yeah, so this API is work. Now I'm going to use this search user API. So install post, let's try to search, user, and uh, search is called to summon. Let's try to copy this. Okay, let's try a token. Get. Oh, okay, so I don't know what is this problem, so I need to figure out this. I don't know why I got this problem, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this, and first let's remove this, and let's rename this, and instead of update password, let's write a search user. And uh, let's remove this because we don't need this. Let's go in our query, and here let's write a search will be small. Let's try to search this. Okay, I got a server error. um, let's comment this try and catch first, and let's try to find the error. Okay, cannot use condition is string, cannot use options with a string. Okay, so here I got a problem. Now how do I solve this? Oh no. First let's remove this and add this. So let's try to remove this for now. Okay, I got a null. Yeah, I got this user, which name started with Suman. Uh, Suman, Suman. Yeah, three user are Suman. And now what I'm going to do is let's go now MongoDB and find another username, which is man. So let's find a username man, and let's try to search. Okay, so based on man, we have man here. We have man here. Okay, and here what I'm gonna do is first let's create a new user again. So create a new user, and let's try to John. Email will be john@gmail.com. Let's create a one user. Okay, so I'm going to find this user. Yeah, I got this user. Yeah, so this API is working the way as we want. So here let's try to add again. Okay, so options. Okay, option options I, and options I, and instead of capital letter, let's try to find this same user in a small letter. Oh, again I got error, man. Okay, so we also need to add this dollar sign, and let's try to find. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it worked now. So let's enable this try and catch, remove the comment, and from here too. Okay, so then now what we need to do is we need another API for our explore base, explore post. So in our explore post, what we need to do is we need to fetch all the user posts, and based on the like and comment and age of the post, we are going to rank the user post. Okay, just like you know other platform. Use.get. So yeah, first let's try to explore verify token, verify token async, require response. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy our previous code, and I'm going to manipulate this code a little bit. So first let's copy this. Okay, first let's copy this code. So let's write const. I'm going to remove this. let's write a try and catch. Okay, so that's it for this. Like we find a post and then we just write this sorting um, code. Using this code, we can sort image or post, and that's it. So let's go in our explore post, and instead of this new post, I'm gonna write explore, and let's try to fetch. Okay, so we need a get post. Okay. Oh, so our algorithm does not work. So let's figure out what is problem here. Okay, so our sorting algorithm is working as we want, but I just recently created this post because of this. The post is rank higher. When time pass, the post is go down. And if you see here, this is our post which have a higher comment. So this post is ranked first, and we have another post which have a higher comment, and that's why our algorithm rank it on a third position, and so on so forth. Okay, so let's try to copy this. Let's try to copy this and add a comment into this post. Okay, so let's go and find our API point in order to create a post. So comment, and here let's add a 7 comment here, and then you will find our algorithm is working properly or not. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's go back in our explore post, and here try to sort, and let's try to first let's go back in our comment and to be, yeah, to be of 7. Let's find this to be of 7. Here is our new, and here's our last post to be f7. If I add more comment, it will just go on a first go on a first position. So let's go back and try to add a comment again. So you can see here, this post is ranking higher because this have a higher comment. So if I, yeah, in a second position we have this new post. In our third position, I have another comment. I mean another post. Yeah, so this have a higher comment. Because of this, it just rank higher. So when you create a new post, it just rank higher, and when time passes out, the post automatically decrease its position. Okay, so those who have a higher like and higher comment, this will go up and up and up. Okay, so after some time, this post will rank on a third position. Right now this post is ranked on a second position. When time pass, this post will rank on a third, and it just go on a fourth, and that's how these sorting algorithm work. So that's it for this video. I think you can connect the backend with the front end. I already teach you how to do that. So maybe you can connect front end with the backend. So I don't need to make a video for that. Maybe, or maybe I'm not going to, make another video uh, in order to connect front end and back end. This is your work. Do your work. If you just want to learn, then just try it by yourself. Try to connect, and if you got some error, you can email me. I try to respond your email, or I try to respond your comment, but try to do by yourself. Try to connect to front end with the back end by yourself.